Hi students, I am Ramakrishnan. In this video, I am going to explain Michelson-Morley interferometer or Michelson-Morley experiment. The Michelson-Morley experiment. The Michelson-Morley experiment, right? A beam of light. A beam of light from a monochromatic source. Monochromatic source. This is monochromatic source, right? Monochromatic source. Monochromatic source. This is monochromatic source, right? Monochromatic source. Yes, falls on a half silvered glass plate. Half silver glass plate. P. That is P. Half silver glass plate P. Placed at an angle 45 degree, placed at an angle a little bit different, but that is 45 degree, right? 45 degree, right? 45 degree angle to the beam, beam that is to the beam, right? The incident beam is split up into two parts by P in figure, right? The reflected portion, that is reflected portion, the reflected portion travel in a direction at the right angle to the incident beam, falls normally at B on the normally at the B on the plane mirror M1. Plane mirror M1, that is plane mirror M1, and is reflected back to P, and reflected back to P. It gets refracted through P and enter the telescope. Enter the refracted, that is refracted telescope. Refracted it gets refracted through P and enters the telescope. Enter in the telescope, that is telescope T. The transmitted portion, that is transmitted. The transmitted portion travels along the direction of initial beam. That is initial beam falls normally on mirror M2. That is M2 normally on mirror M2 at A and is reflected back to P, and reflected back to P, that way, back to P. After reflection from the back surface, of P, on the P, it enters the telescope. It enters the telescope. T, right? The two reflected beams interfere, and the interference fringes. That is interference fringes are viewed with the help of the telescope. T, right? The beam reflected upwards to M1, traverses the thickness of the plate P, that is, whereas the beam reflected onto mirror M2, the beam refracted onto mirror M2, refracted onto mirror M2, right? M2 traverses P only once. The effective distance of the mirror M1 and M2 from the plate P is made to be the same by the use of a compensating plate not shown in figure, right? Not shown in figure. The whole apparatus was floating on mercury, right? One arm PA was pointed in the direction of earth motion round the sun, and the other BP was pointed perpendicular to this motion. This path of the two beams and the position of the reflections from M1 and M2 will be as shown by the dotted lines. Assume that the velocity of the apparatus relative to fixed ether is v in the direction PA. The relative velocity of light ray traveling along PA is C minus V. We want PA, so C minus V, right? C minus V, while its value would be C plus V. For the returning ray, C plus V, that is C minus V. The returning way C plus V, right? C plus V. Let PA is equal to BP. PA is equal to BP. That is equal to D. That is equal to D. Right? Now, time taken by light travel from PA is equal to D divided by C minus V. PA is equal to D divided by C minus V, and AP is equal to T divided by C plus V. That is a returning way, right? The total time taken by light to travel from P to A and back, P to A and A to B, right? That is T equal to D divided by C minus V plus D divided by C plus V, right? So 2 CD divided by C square minus V square, that is 2 CD divided by C square minus V square, 2 CD divided by C square. So C is constant. Now 2D divided by C, 1 plus V square divided by C square, that is equation number 1, right? The total path of the ray until it returns to P is equal to P into P dash, P into B dash into P dash, right? P into, that is P dash into P dash, right? The total path of the ray until returns P is equal to P into B dash, P dash, right? Now P, B dash P dash is equal to PP B B P B dash BP dash plus P dash into P dash, that is equal to 2P P dash 2P P dash 2P P dash, right? Since P dash is equal to P dash into P dash, right? So P dash square is equal to PC square plus CP dash square, that is equal to P into B dash square plus BP square, right? That is C square into T1 square, that is equal to B square T1 square plus D square, that is T1 is equal to D divided by root of C square minus B square, right? Total time taken by the ray to travel the whole path P dash into P dash, right? So T dash is equal to 2 into T1 is equal to 2D divided by root of C square minus V square, that is equal to 2D divided by C into root of 1 minus V square divided by C square, that is equal to 2D divided by C, 2D divided by C, 1 plus V square divided by C square, that is equation number 2. Clearly T dash less than T. T dash is less than T. So the time difference del T, del T is equal to T minus T. T minus T is equal to del T is equal to T minus T dash. T minus T dash is equal to 2D divided by C, 1 plus V square divided by C square minus 2D divided by C, 1 plus V square divided by 2C square is equal to 2D divided by C into V square divided by 2C square, that is equal to dV square divided by C cube, right? The distance traveled by light in time del T is equal to C into del T, that is equal to dV square divided by C square, right? This is the path difference. This is the path difference between the two parts of the incident beam. If the apparatus is turned through 90 degree, right? The path difference between the two beams becomes 2 dV square divided by C square, right? Michelson and Morley expected a fringes shift of about 0.4. Expected 0.4 in the apparatus. 0.4 in the apparatus.